Yeah, this one doesn't have any music either. Mega Man 3, The Robots Are Revolting, pretty much writes its own review itself, but let's take an actual look at it. Mega Man 3 The Robots Are Revolting is the second MS-DOS Mega Man game, which is interesting that they just skipped 2. I guess too much time had passed at this point. But there isn't really anything Mega Man 3 about this game. Just as the first MS-DOS Mega Man game, this game contains original stages, robot masters, everything. However, this time there are actually 8 of them, which is nice, I guess. I did say a positive point about the first game was that it was relatively short, but this one still is short. It's just longer than the first one. And it's also not as hard, so, you know, the playtime might come out in a wash. Yeah, the level design has taken a significant shift in this game compared to the first one, or compared to any Mega Man game really. You're now navigating mazes rather than the classic linear levels of Mega Man. Enemies are placed less like in a Castlevania game just to kill you immediately and make you start over, but instead they're just kinda scattered through these open areas. The maps actually kinda resemble something looking like a video game level when you zoom out, but zoomed in as they are, they just feel really confusing to navigate most of the time. Enemies don't respawn, which is pretty much what saves this game from being the most tedious game ever made. You can just kinda go exploring and not really worry about it much, because you can just go back to where you were without much hassle. Where in the first MS-DOS Mega Man game you would often game over multiple times during the process of trying to complete one level, completing them in 1 or 2 lives is not that hard in this one. A single run through the level just takes a lot longer with this format. The base gameplay is still pretty bad. You know, the platforming sucks, the shooting is alright, the boss fights are fine, the weapons are okay, they're pretty boring. What isn't any of those things is the water controls. The water controls elude me to this day, even though I have beaten the game. You just kinda press directions and hope that you bounce into the right openings to progress. But yeah, overall, this is almost alright. If it played a little better, if it was released on a console maybe, and if it had some music, it could be alright. There's no real bullshit here, other than the water controls. It is almost an alright time, and so I am giving it a 4 out of 10.